60 units an acre.
60, okay.
60 units an acre.
So instead of dividing our hectares by 3, we might want to divide it by 5, right? Because we had 12 units per acre, 11,000 hectares, and then we divided that again by 3, but maybe we want to divide it by 5.
Either way.
Yeah.
I like 5 because it gives us more options in play. So I found, I looked, based on his advice, I looked for some forest and stuff that could kind of be in the middle there. So we would have, we would have some development here and some development here, and then there's a nice forest in the middle. Something like that.
Pretty big patch. But then there's also a park that's maybe along the river. It's been proposed.
Oh, there is a park in the river?
No, that's
park.
So what would that be under? Ag or forest? There really isn't a park. Just somebody designed a park. Do we go to another group?
I'm not aware of that.
Do we go to another group that is looking at parks?
What I'm going to do is just open up the forest cover that they have.
I just picked this one here because this one is a little bit far out, and this one is a little big.
Yeah, but
And this is critical infrastructure. I picked what you put first because that's only very small and it's in the middle somewhat.
That's sensitive area. That's like.
Yeah, we don't want to develop there.
Don't want to develop there.
Right. So I put that in based on your recommendation.
That's fine.
So groundwater. Which one groundwater do you want to pick?
I don't think we want to pick any.
Any groundwater?
well, it's not really an amenity, but it is a sensitive area.
Well, then we just rate that all the way to the bottom.
I don't think there's a park topic.
We don't have a park there, but are they looking?
I don't know.
I don't know how the park thing went, but I remember that they wanted.
So what you could do if you go back to our list, our map.
Here, this was the park along the green.
Ah, okay.
Shall I turn that on?
Yeah, what does the information thing say?
Forest flood mitigation. What does this one say? Corridor for connectivity. The rest will be forest. Urban forestry. Well, that would be kind of cool if it's mixed.
Yeah, so we can't really clip it out, but the little linear one that you did first, I think, was the
this
right
one?
No, well, that one you did that one too. Keep that one on.
Oh, turn it on.
That would be part of our corridor.
Oh, it is definitely.
And then this one here?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, this one could actually negatively impact right now because it could be exactly on our. I don't know.
Let's see.
Oh no, you're right. This is perfect.
Along the river.
So, but what we would have to do is kind of mark a little bit larger area and say this is the impact zone of that thing, right? Let me do the calculation.
So it's a positive impact.
Yes. I agree.
How do we take this and turn it into? Because one of the things Carl was saying was he doesn't think we should have too much land set aside for our housing or our commercial areas. We need to only have enough.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's what we're trying to do, right?
But it also sounded like we could go ahead and make our own diagrams.
Yes, we're supposed to draw the shape files. Of
Yeah.
that would be, right?
From what I understand, it's like when you make a transit line, for instance, right? You would argue that this transit line has impact on the adjacent area, so make an area and say this is my impact area, so here I can develop, and you put that on. So and we can draw of that. Maybe for instance for this here, this thing. This kind of flood mitigation kind of park, right? And then we can draw the area and say, but it has actually positive effect on whatever housing. And this is actually a bad example because it's actually a negative effect in a sense for us.
Except that it's providing an amenity that makes the housing marketable, right?
Right. So if you have it next to it. No, that's what I'm trying to say. This is the impact area. But if I draw this in forest, the impact area, it actually subtracts it. I actually need to add it, right? Which is the wrong.
Well, it subtracts the amount we have for housing, but makes the housing be more feasible.
Right. The housing outside of the area?
Outside of the area.
Well, but that's what I mean. If we could draw a feasibility area
Yes.
and add that to the outside, that would give us a benefit. But we can't do that
Can't do that
because
here. Yeah, I don't know how you draw. They said you need to draw your areas of 1,000.
we've drawn all of these, right?
Oh.
This is just
Oh, yeah, okay,
made
just
up by
like-
us.
okay, so
So we can just make the same thing. I just wanted to see what where we're standing right now. And what I don't understand is how do you make a composition map now of
We
this?
can't throw out one of these and say, you know.
Is this already? It's,
No, you have to care.
You have to care, okay.
You have to care about the population.
And that's where I'm struggling. Is
here,
is like,
compute detailed impact. Shall I click on this? No.
well, I let it finish. I think it's still cranking. It's still.
I already clicked. Oh, there, it worked, it worked. Oh crap, look, nothing achieved. No, but we are looking at high density, right?
Yeah, but I don't care about forest achieved.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah, we're
right?
just looking
But we
at
have
high
nothing
density.
achieved. Wait, why does this give me a number?
Utilities, transportation. Look at that.
Hey, when do things show up here?
When it's a project, policies have no.
Oh, so is this something that some people may have drawn as a policy?
I think that's a policy.
That's a policy. You have to turn that into a
So we
project.
just hover over that pink one. No, hover over it.
Rezone transit oriented. That, I know what they wanted to do. They wanted to rezone this for high density housing and this one for high density housing.
Yeah,
But
perfect.
that's a policy. What you have to do is turn it into a project saying, yes, we agree with that.
We're going to build it.
That's not totally clear because there's existing development in there. And in the end, what you're going to do is you're going to take the existing development over your new attractiveness map. And you're going to look for the polygons where you actually can develop. That's how you're going to find the detailed
This is
sites.
the opportunity area.
Exactly. This is giving you the opportunity. Did you follow that?
Yeah, I followed it, but where's the existing?
Right there. Existing waivers.
But then that's all blocked. I mean, everything is used.
No, it's not. Zoom in and you'll find that it's not.
Yeah, but then there's such small pockets. We need like all this corridor to make this work.
Well, then you've got some problems. Then you're basically saying we have to buy single-family houses
Yes.
and tear them down, and build another thing. It's not so simple. So, but. All right, so you've got a problem. Sorry.
Oh, here we go.
Total development.
It looks like, as you zoom, that alignment shifted.
Oh, it'll take a little while.
Okay.
It'll cover. It'll come back.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
But you
see
can see what's going on here.
There's also in this area a lot of commercial industrial, and we have to
That's right.
achieve that target, but we could propose to convert that too.
You certainly can. And I think what you have is, the likelihood is obsolescence of industry here also. Now, we don't know enough about this one versus this one, so I wouldn't worry about that. I would basically say, let's assume 20% of it is obsolete and put in 20% of polygons and say, we're not sure where that is, but it's going to be roughly something like that. And you may, in fact, want to build a new industrial zone for a new industry that doesn't require an airport at the other end, and build a new industrial zone also. Our industry is healthcare, for example.
Well, then I want them close to.
Well,
That's
you just have to tell the story. You have to find out what the story is. This land use should be on top of your new evaluation map, not on top of your investment, although this tells you a lot about what this is clear
Do we
enough.
know what that is, the evaluation map?
Yeah, it's right above there, but it's caused by what
Okay,
the
all right,
policies
color.
that you've done.
Yeah. So this is the top one here, right?
Yeah, so if you suck out this one, for example, high density housing, or the, let's say, That's it. Now cover that with existing land use.
No more super must have bit transmission. Dropped a bit. So now we can go to
Oh look, this has become, you're right, it's pretty large block. It's become orange. This is the park.
Yeah.
Probably too
Oh, that
much.
was the forest.
It's a
the
forest, yeah.
park,
We tried to find something that can go in between to have this alternating.
I can tell you what it is. Go to the base map, put in the water bodies. See them there? You see them? They're vertical. See them? Zoom in on that right in here. Just zoom in. Zoom. See them? See them? Right there?
Yeah.
Buffer
So those
them. That's your park system.
Yeah,
connection.
yeah. And you need that. Besides their critical areas, if they're along streams. So we kind of haven't gone to that aspect of the critical areas, right?
You should.
We haven't really opened that.
And frankly, I would make a series, if I was developing this now, I would say make a series of buffered lines that go like this and call them park systems.
So we need to start creating our new maps, digitally creating new
Diagrams
We
that
need to-
reflect the things you want to build your design out of. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because
And
right
you
now
should say- you say,
we've
Nancy,
still
you're
been.
going to design the park system, you're going to design the industrial zone, you're going to design the high density housing, and then you're done. Now you're going to then take that away for 2020, the 20-year period. So that's our first stage. And now let's make
Because
it
what
better.
we've been doing so far is we've been incorporating in maps that were built this morning.
Right.
And now
Right.
now we want to. Now we just want to create a.
Design, it's called.
Now, yeah, and
Change
and-
that.
and say, okay, based on all this information, here's where.
Exactly. This has to be a screenshot, right? Saying this is our assessment of improving the prospects for our design. And now we're going to allocate industry, housing, parks, low density, and we're going to add to the critical resources our park system, which is now part.
Actually, I should take this park thing back out again.
No, I actually think the park, that water,
Yeah, in fact,
that
I'm
should,
thinking
no, that's
we
critical.
need to
No, that's
look at
actually
the critical
important.
areas.
Well-
We haven't done that yet, right?
You know where you're going.
I think that's the one thing we
Yeah, you
haven't
know what I'm
overlaid
talking
yet.
about, this big park blob, the forest blob
No,
that I
don't
had
do that.
put on there.
No, I would take that forest thing out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Don't do that, because you can't possibly do that. What you need to do is focus on the water system.
That's what I was
That was the wrong diagram too.
That was the wrong diagram. Here was somewhere. This forest was good, so we just take this.
Yeah.
That is the
hectares,
guideline.
right?
Absolutely the way it should be.
600. That's not bad.
Yeah.
And we had 1,400 there, and we make that a little bit wider, and then subtract some of the features that he just drawing.
I recommend to you, consider something. You're spending your time on the 40-year strategy, and let's assume that you're happy with what you've done. Now, what else can you do that doesn't hurt you, but that helps the environmentalists? In other words, is it possible for you to go saying, which of the diagrams across the board can we just throw in and say, let's do that, 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 because it doesn't affect us at all because we've gotten what we want.
We have actually looked at some of those. And
Well, I think you should do
They're
that,
building,
because
yeah.
what will be reported in your assessment is, you don't have anything for this, you don't have anything for this, and I think you should just say, we'll support you, do what you like,
yeah.
be happy. We want this though.
One of the issues is that we can only draw this polygon,
Right.
but we only want to develop 20% of this because there's old industry that probably
Exactly.
is abandoned. So, but it's hard to draw.
No, it's not. Take the edit button.
Yeah.
Take the edit button. Go to add hectare.
Okay.
Just press that.
I did. Oh, okay.
And now every place you put the click is a hectare. Just drop it in. So go to this pattern.
I need 600 out of here.
And then make a 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a pattern that looks like a random pattern,
Oops.
and it reads as a random pattern. Okay, and just say it's a diagram.
It doesn't work. Oh, I need to do every time
Every
I click.
time
I
is
need to.
you need to refresh it.
Oh.
I'm sorry that it does that. But just a minute.
Can we instead add a polygon?
You can add large polygons.
That's what I did, right?
Oh, that's
I
what you
did
did
add the
before,
large
yeah.
polygon.
Now, just in principle.
Yeah.
And save that down. Just save that down.
And then you can read that new result.
That's what I'm going to do. That's HD15.
Yeah, here it is. Here he is. I don't know if it's updated already.
Now go look at the diagram itself. Go into the diagrams.
Up or
Up,
down?
up.
I'm sorry, you can close this.
Exactly. Now go down into number 15, high density. What the hell happened here?
Oh, it's small
Look
now.
at
If
it.
you open it.
Open it.
2941. It did update it.
Okay. And if you zoom into that map, it'll turn into a square. It should anyway. Zoom way into it. 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 It should be a hectare, shouldn't it? I'm surprised at that because I've done it many times. It shows a little square. I don't see those squares. I don't know why. No, because they're in the same color as the polygon on which you drew it. That's the problem. In other words, if you hadn't drawn the polygon, it would show as little squares.
So otherwise,
So-
we could remove the
Oh
polygon.
no, the
and-
polygon I needed to draw to figure
Okay.
out at first how much I actually need of.
Okay, but if you go to a new diagram, just simply
Right.
go to a new diagram, put in the land use pattern,
Right.
and where it's white, just drop in polygons.
Right.
600 of them.
600 of them.
Okay.
Well, but you understand that's a way to basically say I've got a big shape and I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just going to.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would have to have a measure to edit this polygon and say it's only 20%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to basically say something like, this polygon is 20%, we don't know where it is. Or you basically say, I've got something in this white spot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and it becomes a...
But for now, it's probably faster just to
just
draw
on
a big polygon.
Of course.
And
Then
in the next
time
round,
around,
we can...
Exactly. You subcontract that job. You basically say, would you mind putting a lot of these in here? And just like she's going to do that. And right now her buffer is this, but next time it'll be
Right.
that.
Right.
But that's a way of shortcutting lots of little things. And it reads as random.
Yeah. It would probably.
You could also do it over the aerial photo, and if you knew, then you could put them where you thought they should go.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
Next time, third time,
Yeah.
fourth time, eighth
Yeah,
time.
no. Okay.
so but we know we have 600 hectares there, and then let me draw the other ones and see what that turns out. So we also decided that the buffer is a little wider because people would like to walk a little further.
Okay. Now, what's going to be very interesting is how you move from 40 years to 20 years.
No, we only. Why?
Well, because you need a 20-year proposal.
Everything.
No, because if you do that, how do you protect the actual 40 years? In other words, you're not building the 40 years right away. You're building the 20 years right away. So you may have to have the 20-year diagram with either, for some things, a purchase, like the park system, but maybe the rest is a policy. It's like rezoning the thing so nobody else can get in there, and then it becomes part of critical.
Okay. That's where the policy comes.
That's
in.
where the policy can come in.
Okay.
In other words, like it's a reserve without...
Without kind of putting money into it.
Right. Otherwise, the cost of yours is going to be, in 20 years, the cost of the 40-year plan, and you're going to be
And then-
twice as expensive as anybody else.
Right.
Okay? You got to think about that. What do you really want to buy as a project, and what do you not want to buy but protect?
Right.
Protect as developable.
As developable. In other words, rezone.
Take it from everybody else.
Okay?
So, but would it be okay to say, well, for instance, in this industrial area right now,
Right.
things will become obsolete. In the first, it's 20%, and then we add another 20% or 10% or whatever.
Exactly.
That gives us, by the way,
Yeah.
1,200.
No, that's thinking. That's what you need to do if you start at 40 and work backwards. Whereas They are starting 20 with a very similar strategy to you, but now they're going to run out of
Space.
space.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole working full time.